Yeah, so we will do a lot on this session, so if you want to video it, you can video everything. Yeah, like I'm not bothered what you're videoing. We will mix a lot of things in, but everything will link together. So like, I'm not just going to throw a load of random shit at you. Everything we do will link together, so when you leave here, you should have a decent little game, yeah, in terms of stand-up, linking your stand-up to positions that we can attack in, looking at how we can control them positions, and where we can get to like finish positions from. So we will start with a couple of foot sweep drills, just because we've been asked to start with the feet. We're going to look at how I set up a foot sweep and what I use it for. Then we'll link it to a throw body, and then we'll build the session around the finished position of takedown. So we'll look at some snapdowns, a few different entries on the snapdowns, which is obviously going to put us in a front headlock. We'll link them upper body attacks with lower body attacks and look at the finished position from them lower body attacks. And the throw by and other things that we do is going to get us to a chest to back position as well. The three main positions will be front headlock, rear body lock, and a chest to chest position at like basically the end of a double leg. Yeah, and then from them three positions, we will look at what our opponent's probably going to do. So in them positions you'll find there's probably going to be like 3 stages of defence, and we'll look at a counter for each one of them so we can put it all together. Is there anyone here that's done like a little bit of judo or anything? Like, or a little bit of wrestling? Just a decent partner to use, otherwise I'm not like a dickhead.
Everyone's scared.
No massive technique.
Use a joke.
Yeah. So, in terms of foot sweeps then first, right, like we need an angle. So like, if your partners just stand square and I try and foot sweep them, it's just not going to work. Yeah, like whenever you look for a foot sweep, we need one foot going backwards. If we step this foot back. So now we need an angle like this every time, to the point where I can step into the centre, and on the other foot, what I should always be looking for is to hit the back leg. Yeah. The reason we always go for the back leg is because if we manage to hit the back leg, we get 2 feet off the floor. Yeah, we can sky. If I miss the back leg, I'll still always get the front leg. Yeah. That's why we always aim for the back leg. On top of that, although it's called a foot sweep, you're not actually just using your foot. Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, when I hit a foot sweep, we connect with everything from the hip down. Yeah. So if I was aiming for just the front foot, there's nothing from your hips. Whereas if I aim for the back foot, I have to engage by stepping in. And by the time I get to that back foot, we're going to be connecting at the hip flexor, we're going to be connecting at the knee, and then I use my upper body grips, whatever that might be, to steer him down to the floor. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for. So even though you see the leg work, there's a lot more to it than that leg work on its own. Yeah. So a nice little drill I like to use to get used to the motion of a foot sweep before we look at building the angle is coming off an underhook. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it on my right side just to make it as easy as possible. I'm basically going to hug his waist in. Now all we're doing this for is to get your footwork right and to emphasise how much you need to use your hips. Yeah. So I'm going to get my left foot and I'm going to step into the centre. You can see already if I just step into the centre, my right hip flexor will connect to it. In this position. I'm just placing my knee just behind his knee. Yeah. Now as I go now I step, and now my right foot is going to hit this back leg. Now, as you hit the back leg, I don't want you to just go boom and expect him to fly. Yeah. I want you to actually emphasise using your hips as if you're trying to pick him up with your hips. This is the idea of a foot sweep. Your hips pick him up, and what you actually see with the foot is just the finish. Yeah. So I'm looking to more or less get him on his tiptoes by using my hips and my chest and all my upper body, and my right foot's just going to finish. So I'll be here, I've got head position as you would if you're in a body lock, so I'm just underneath the chin. I'm stepping and my hip connects. Now from there, as I go for this foot, my leg's going to be stiff, and then lastly I'm going to do a hip thrust. So I'm going to go here. And solo one. Yeah. Just to emphasise that step. 9 times out of 10, whichever foot sweep we hit, we're going to have to find this angle. There's many different ways we can do that. And when it comes to the sweep, we're going to start it with a hip. So even if you go like this, we did this loads as kids, you just go 1, 2. You just get used to it in that position. Whenever you're comfortable, you just set your hips past that centre line. It's like I'm lifting him up on the thigh, sitting on my knees. Get good head position here. This is key as well. It's going to put you in the right position and your legs are bent. Like this for straight legs, you've got 0 paddle. Yeah. Get a good head position here. Soft knees. Just touch. And just go 3 to 3 like that. Yeah. You can do it all on one side, or you can mix it up if you want. Good? There we go. Give me a shout if you use them hips. Bring your hips through. Nice work. Well, blasting it off the mat by using your hips, and your foot just finishes. Now, that was perfect, but now I expect it to go out the window, yeah? Because realistically, it's going to be hard for me to get to this position and hit a foot sweep. So when I'm hitting foot sweeps, I'm going from positions like this. Now this is where it gets a little bit harder, yeah? Because I don't have the control of that hips. While you're popping him up there as you're engaging your hips, but it's very easy to do that because you're very tidy on his hips already. Now when we start coming from a distance, we really need to emphasise this. Yeah? A lot of people when they go from distance try and reach. When you reach, you're not engaging them hips. We still need to lead with the hips. Yeah? Now, normally when I catch a basic foot sweep, I don't want to be speaking Japanese and that, but it's a basic foot sweep, it's like at the start of when we both engage, and the reason for that is, when I take a collar tie, I'll put my elbow directly in front of his chest. Yeah? Now I want to find the exact angle that we've just worked from. So for me, I like to sweep with my left foot, so I can use my power arm, my right arm to direct his head down to the mat. So I'm always looking to like do steering wheel with my arms. So if we went off a collar tie and an inside bicep tie, how I'd get my angle is by driving my elbow in front of this chest to make that foot step back. So I'll go here. Now you can see, simultaneous, as I drive my right elbow, my right foot will step with it. Yeah? So I'll go like this. So now I'm in the perfect position to engage my hip and go through with my left foot. So it's essentially the same technique, but you're going to feel like you have less control now because you're not scooping around the hips. Yeah, that's why we need to emphasise these hips. We go slow, I'm going to pop. It's exactly the same thing, it's just going to feel very strange because we're here instead of tight around that wrist. So just start with a collar, lift your partner's wrist, inside bicep. All I want you to do, even if at the start you have to step back with this foot, and as I push into him with my elbows, do a big step with this. I want this in between his feet. So now my hips go first, don't be like this. Yeah, go hips first. Hips first. Get that back leg. Yeah. Go as slow as you need to. And then one, bicep. As I push, I step. Step. I go through. Hips first. Into that back leg. Do me a favour this one when you throw. Keep hold of them. Yeah, so not smashing your head off the mat. Last time. One. Got that elbow in front, step with it. Go through. Good. So we go. The seminar, because people can't do them at all. It just makes them really frustrated, but that's actually really good. Now, this first one, we keep using that one. But now, the thing with a foot sweep is, like the best thing I think about to compare a foot sweep to is like a jab in boxing. Yeah? Like you don't throw a jab to knock someone out every time. The foot sweeps are exactly the same. Yeah, like I must throw 20 foot sweeps in one match, and sometimes I won't even get one single takedown. But what they are is what they're used for is just break an opponent's base. Yeah. So if someone has a solid base, or even if someone's a better wrestler than me, or just better on the feet than me, if I can just keep chipping away at their base, they need a solid base to shoot from. For example, if you're going to shoot a double leg, you need a good strong base to be able to explode from. Whereas if I'm just chipping away at it all the time, you never have that base. Yeah? So now what I like to do is tie upper body and lower body together. So let's say I go to hit my foot sweep and it fails. Yeah? So let's say I do the same thing, I push with my elbow, I get this foot stepping back. As it steps back, I go for my foot sweep, but as I hit it, he steps off it with his right foot. Now there's no better time for me to snap his hands to the mat than that. Yeah? If we can get someone's solid stance, which needs a knee underneath the line of his chest to step back, now all the weight's in the toes, it's the perfect time to snap down. Now for me, I'm always starting at the hands. The reason for that is, if I go from the hands to here, it's much harder for him to get under the elbows. Yeah? So we don't want to be reaching here, where he can shoot underhook straight away. You can go single legs, double legs. It's very easy for a decent wrestler to get under the elbows. So we're always going to start at the hands. I want to start at the hands also. If I can't control the hands, if he takes a shot at me, I'm always going to have good defensive positions like down blocks. Yeah? So it's another reason I want my hands here and not here. So just for the drill, we're going to go 1, 2, lift, 3. Now I'm going to push with my elbow and get that left foot stepping back. Now as I step and go for that sweep, he's going to step back with his right foot. And now I'm going to snap him instead and connect to a front headlock. I'm going to take my headlock, just check our position. I want the chin strap, I want my right shoulder straight on the back of that bone, on the back of his neck. Now my left hand's going to be on the elbow, just above the elbow, so the bottom of the tricep. Slightly pulling it to me, so I'm like driving into him with my shoulder. I'm pulling the elbow, so like taking his upper body out of line slightly. And a lot of things we do tonight will come from this position, so we'll just find that position first. So we're going to go 1, hands, 2, collar, lift, bicep. I push with the right elbow and step with my right foot at the same time. I go for the sweep. As he steps off, he now has a square stance. Now with 2 hands, I'm going to step back with the right foot, snap the hands to the mat, connect the shoulder to the neck, and we're lightly pulling on this elbow here. One more time. We just go 1, 2, up, bicep, step, steps off, snap, front headlock. So connecting them together. If we get the sweep, fantastic. If he steps off, we just go to something else. It's just part of it. We're good? Here we go. A few minutes.
Yeah, but I'm pushing in this. I guess I can step. Yeah, good.
Grappling. Obviously, a grappling match is quite long, yeah, which is why you can't wrestle like a freestyle wrestler when your match is 10 minutes. So there's a massive thing to just having a feel, yeah, seeing how your partner reacts. And that's why I like combining upper body and lower body attacks, because it means I don't have to commit to one. If I just show one, if it's there, I can take it. If it's not there, I can take something else. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, if I go foot sweep and he goes over, fantastic. If I go foot sweep and he steps off, he's now going to have a square stance so I can snap. Now, if I go for a snap and he allows me to see the back of his head, I'm going to take a snap down every time. I don't need anything else. Whereas if I go for the snap and he lifts his head up, now I'm going to punch an underhook. Yeah. Now, when I punch an underhook, a lot of the time what you'll find is, because of the way I'm taking an underhook, I don't want to keep my feet where they are and reach. Now if I reach, people do like their meal locks where you're just like chopping through your shoulders. I never want that to happen. So when I punch an underhook, I'm going to move my feet. Yeah. Now, the way I'd say move your feet, I see people do this wrong all the time. When they punch an underhook, the left foot comes forward like this. But now if I ask you to snap him down, you're in the complete wrong position. Yeah? So treat this as if, like, say you were striking, yeah, and you're moving forward. I don't want to be walking like this. Yeah? So my feet, I will keep the same stance when I punch an underhook. So as he lifts his head up, I'll keep the same stance. I'll just go a little jump forward. Here. Yeah? Now when I take my underhook, my elbow's high and my hand should be right across the front of my shoulder. We've got options from here again. What you'll see tonight is every time we get to a position, we'll probably have 2 options. And each option will suit the reaction we're probably going to get. Yeah? So a lot of the time when you engage like this, they'll disengage like this. Now remember the rule, if someone disengages like that, you can't do it without showing us the back of his head. If you see the back of someone's head, you genuinely don't need another takedown other than a snap down. Now because I have an underhook, he ain't going to grab this single leg, he can't. Which means I don't even have to step this one back like you normally would with a snap down. So I just put my hand on his head, pop it under my armpit, take a chin strap. Now it's completely up to you here. I have a cow catcher grip. Yeah? So if you want to use the cow catcher grip, I can move my left hand to the far side, I can drop, start running down this way. If he's really defending that, he's really resisting and putting weight into his right shoulder, or you just don't feel confident with it, I can drive my right shoulder into his neck again and rip my left arm out and completely change my angle. Like this, come into a tricep. And as with front or body lock, I want to get his hands to the mat again. So I'm here every single time. Yeah. So we're going hands. One, collar, bicep. I'm going to push with my elbow, hit the foot sweep, he's going to step off. I'm going to snap now, he's going to posture up. So now I'm going to step in, he's going to drop his hips back. So now I get back to my snap down. Change my angle, bring his hands to the mat. We're just sequencing the other things. Yeah? Hands, collar, bicep, exactly what we've already done. Foot sweep, steps off. Now go for your snap. Natural reaction to posture up if he's fresh. Yeah? Step in with me underhook. Now he drops his hips back. So now we snap, we rip the arm out and bring his hands to the mat. So it's everything you've just done, but now he's going to defend the snap. We're punching underhook, which makes his hips drop back, which is just another entry for a snap down. Good? So we go. Take your time, I get a snap down. Yeah? Now, sometimes you're going to punch the underhook. Someone who's clever won't drop their head. Yeah? They'll always drop the hips because I have inside position with a deep underhook. So if he didn't drop his head at all and he stayed exactly where he is, it's just too easy for him to start locking up body locks. Yeah? So you'll probably always get the hips going back. Someone who's pretty clever, when they put their hips back, they'll still have their head up. Yeah, so there isn't a snap down anymore. If I punch a single underhook, he drops his hips back, but his head's still up. You ain't forcing a snap down. Yeah? So what I like to do from here is, instead of going to the snap, I'll come through and take two underhooks. Yeah, now, it's important here, I'm flooring my elbows. And look at options from both. If I can manage to floor my elbows so his whizzers are quite light, I'm always going to attack a throw by. Yeah? If he was to make his whizzers very tight, and even if he locked his hands underneath my arms, we'll have to go back to a snap from here. We'll do this next. Yeah? If I manage to floor my elbows and he goes with it, which you'd be surprised how many people do, now because I'm in a neutral position with my underhooks, you can choose which side you want to do a throw by. For me, I'm right-handed, so I want to throw him by with my right arm. So the way I'm going to do that is take my left foot and basically just step across his front. As I step across his front, my left hand is going to drop and block his hip. As I block his hip, I'm going to take my right hand into the centre of his spine. See what that does to his arm? Yeah? I'm going to throw a big overhand, thumb down to the mat. I can get straight to the rear body lock. I'll let some sweeps from here as well. Yeah? So we end up in a position, two underhooks, so like this. From here now, I'm stepping across the front. If you want to hit a right-handed throw by, you step across his front with your left foot. The left hand drops to the hip, and the right hand drops to the centre of your upper back. I'm going to throw a big overhand with my right hand. And chase the hip straight up. Yeah? If you want to, you can start from a double unders position. And just get your throw by down first. These three things are happening at the same time. Step, hip, middle of his upper back. When you're ready, add a big overhand to it, thumb down, chase the hips. When you've got that, we can put everything together. So it would go hands, collar, bicep, step, steps off the foot sweep. I try and snap him, he postures up. I go one underhook, he drops the hips back but the head's up. We go two underhook, we step, hit the throw by and get to the hips. Get it down first before we add it to everything else. Yeah? Let's go. We're going to...
I'm going to try Sorry, left.
Do this one now, I'll just show you this drill so you've got it, in case you want to use it in future. It's just a really nice drill to get that movement for a throw by down. Yeah. When there wasn't actually many people doing it wrong at all, and it's actually really good. But when you do see people mess up a throw by a little bit, it's because they go like halfway between doing a big overhand and a duck under. Yeah. They're just completely different moves. So when we want to do a throw by, basically the easiest way to think about it is I want to throw a big overhand and I just put my head down, as you would if you were going to throw an overhand. So the idea is when I put my head down with a big overhand, that his arm just slides up across the top of my head. So it's like this. Yeah. So how I learned this, pretty nice drill, is just take a single underhook and put your hand in the centre of his upper back. Lightly floor your elbow and get your partner to have a light whistle. Now all you'll do is take your outside foot, do a small back step and a small pull. Just get used to the circular motion. You only need to make him do one step. So go back step and pull. Back step and pull. And number 3, throw the overhand. And just get used to that. Yeah? So there's no duck under at all. Put your hand behind your back. We're going 1, pull. 2, pull. 3, put your head down. Throw your big overhand. When you've got that down, you can add it wherever you want. Yeah? Now, just so you know as well, when we get to these sort of positions, like, again, you lot are doing it really well anyway, but the reason we're putting them all together is because we don't want to be too bothered about where we want to end up. We have an option wherever we end up. It's like I kind of don't want us even thinking. Yeah? It's like for me, when I get to a double under position, if he has a super heavy whizzer, I won't even notice. Yeah? I'll get to this position and I'll basically just sprint across him and look to hit a throw by. Now if he has a super heavy whizzer, I'm not going to successfully hit one. But like, if I run and attack it and it fails, there's things like body locks there anyway. Yeah? So we don't want to get somewhere and like pause and think about what you could do, which is what's going to come hopefully in time. And linking everything together, you get somewhere and you know exactly what you've got. Yeah. Now, with the throw by, we're going to end up with a rear body lock. So we'll hit some foot sweeps from here. Now again, from here, we could do loads. Realistically, we only need 2. Yeah. If I push into him and he goes with me and just walks forward, I need 1. Yeah. If I push into him, he puts the brakes on and pushes back into me, I need 1 there. You're probably going to end up in this situation when someone looks like they're trying to fight your hands. Yeah, they end up putting the weight to the rear. Now the simple rule here, with everything, is wherever his weight's going, you take him that way. Best example would be a snapdown. If I pull it and he allows his weight to go this way, he just go that way. Yeah? If he lifts his head up, there's underhooks, double underhooks, singles, body locks, whatever you want. So now we're going to take a rear body lock. Now all I'm going to do is a walking foot sweep. Yeah? So I'm just going to get my partner to walk forward, and what I want to do is match his steps. Yeah? And that might take you at first 10 steps. Yeah? Eventually we want it down to 1. So when he walks forward, I need to make up match his steps. So he goes forward with his right, I go forward with my right. Vice versa. Now, I want to sweep with my left foot. Now I always use this from a rear body lock to take the energy out of the mat return. I want to do like half a mat return, half foot sweep. Yeah? And as I get into walk, as this foot comes off the floor, I'm looking to stick it to the other foot. Yeah? Now the reason we started with a foot sweep drill before was to emphasise the hips. Now if we were to take the leg out of that, the foot sweep out of that, and ask you to do a mat return, you wouldn't all pick him up with your arms. Yeah? You'd all use your hips. So I want you to still do that. The leg just finishes. Yeah? So I'm going here as a walk. It's a mat return. That's going to get him on his tiptoes. Connecting from the hip to the foot is what's going to get him up here. Yeah? Now, if you find that you struggle to get the timing right, what you can do to make sure you get your timing right, if I want to sweep this leg, use your body lock to get this foot to step back. Now, if I asked him to walk forward, he would not step with this foot first, otherwise he'd be doing the splits. So now I'll put him in a position where I can guarantee this foot goes forward. As this goes forward, so does mine. So now I'm in the right rhythm. bring him down. Yeah? So first, we'll just practice here. Get this right. If you can just walk straight into him, fantastic. Hit it as it comes off the floor. If you need to, force the opposite foot back. You follow him as he steps. Do as many steps as you need. Catch the foot as it comes off the floor. And then we'll add down the back of the throw ball. Good? Very good. In reality, it doesn't need to be fast. So we're just going to go one hand, collar, bicep. Just see how I'm just doing little steps. Yeah, just get that static bit out of it now. From here, I'm going to make him steps off my foot sweep. I try and snap, he postures up. We go single under up, the hips go back, but the head's up. So we go double under up, step across him and hit me throw by. I get to the back, make him step, and then hit me foot sweep. So that's our sequence now. Yeah. As I said, it doesn't need to be fast, just do everything with control, nice and relaxed. Hands, collar, bicep, make him step. He steps off the foot sweep, threatening the snap, comes up. Single under up, he drops the hips but the head's up, so there's no snap down. Double under up, step across him, make him throw by. Get to the rear body lock, make him step. That's the foot sweep. Go 3 to 3. Good? Let's go. He's going to fight me hands. Yeah. Now, for him to legitimately break my grip, he's going to have his weight in the heels and use his hips. Yeah, like, if he was to keep his hips like bent this way and try and break my grip, there's no way he breaks my S grip, just pure triceps. Yeah, he's going to have to engage his hips. So I know as soon as he starts to fight my hands, that the weight's going to be in his heels. Yeah, so you try and break my grip, right? Brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly the situation that I'm looking at. So now, even just from my hip position alone, the one we've just done is gone. Yeah, remember the first drill we did tonight was a foot sweep, and everything was about engaging the hips, not just using the feet. On top of that, the weight's in his heels, so it would be stupid for me to try and bring all my weight forward, take him forward and sweep him. Yeah, there's no point fighting against it. So there's 2 sweeps I can do from here. So one, these kind of depend on his foot placement. So if his feet are quite narrow, so like go shoulder width from here, try and break my grip. If he's like this, yeah, I'm just going to hit a basic sasa. So all I'm going to do is step across him to get out of his way. As I step across him, I'm going to use my back foot to block the Achilles, and I use my body lock to just bring him around. Here, I always stay attached to him to end up in positions like this. I'm going to do some work from here tonight as well. Yeah. Now, if he has his legs pretty wide, so we're in this position. Now I'm going to pull his pockets. So all I'm going to do this time, I'm going to step to the outside again, but on the near side. I'm going to disconnect my hands and put him on his hip flexors. But as I do that, right, I can't go here and stay there. This is only when I'm going to attack. So he's fighting the hands, I'm going to drop him, and bring him down this way. Yeah. So all that one is, it's when he's got a wide stance. Yeah, it's the only time it's going to work. It won't work with a narrow stance. Wide stance, step out on the outside of the foot you want to sweep. As I step, put my hand in his pocket. See how I'm pulling him though? Yeah. So only a small pull. As I pull, the underside of my right foot, he's kicking his heel in the direction of his toes. That's all I'm doing. So he's fighting the hands, he's got a wide stance. I step, I pull the pocket, bring it into this hole. We'll go more into this later, but what we're always looking for in terms of pinning is pinning something on the lower body and something on the upper body. If I can do that, it's going to be much, much harder for him to escape without exposing his back. Yeah. We have 2 options. A more narrow stance, weight in his heels, step across, need to create a big circle with that sasai and bring him down. And we'll probably end up in the turtle where I'm covering his hips and looking to take a wrist away. He has more of a wide stance, he's doing the same thing. I step out to the near side, I pull the pocket, and at the same time I pull the pocket, I kick the back of that heel. Pull him into the hole, put myself ideally in a leg drag style position, and now I can go chest to chest. The only way he's going to escape from here is to expose his back, start going this way if I kind of allow him. Should be quite doable for me to keep chest to chest. We can start that from the rear body lock now, go 1 or 2 minutes when you're good, put it in all together. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Now, there's other ways we can do that obviously, so I can do that with my feet. So all we've looked at so far in terms of squaring his feet up, from here, is to hit a foot sweep. So I make a step, hit the foot sweep as he steps off, he's now swerve, and I can snap. Yeah? If he had a right foot forward, I can literally do that this way as well. I use this quite a lot. Now, this is literally just a kick. Yeah? There isn't, I can't even think of a takedown from this position, but you never get done because you use the underside of your foot, so it looks like you're trying to do a foot sweep. Yeah? So I'll have a collar tie and a bicep tie, and I'm going to step laterally with my left foot. I'm basically going to kick that foot out laterally. At the same time, I extend my arms. So here, that's just another way I can square him up to snap. Now another way is to use your hands. Yeah? So let's say he has a right foot forward again. I have a collar tie and a bicep tie. What I'm going to do from here now, all I'm going to do is bring the hand to the tricep, so we could be moving around like this. When I'm ready, I'm going to go back of the shoulder and make this foot come forward. Now from here, what I like to do is attack the single leg. Yeah? So I'm going to go single leg, but instead of going single, I'm going to shoot across. So I'm going to touch, shoot, turn the corner this way. So it's like a rotating double leg, traditional. Now the idea of this, right, is if I can make this foot come forward, now I can touch. Now the idea of it is, as I shoot, 9 times out of 10 they're going to sprawl. Yeah? When I'm shooting and I go across, my hand's cupping the knee, and I bring that knee with me. So I want his knees like this. So when he sees me level change, his probably natural reaction is probably going to be to sprawl. The idea is when he sprawls, I ain't there. Yeah? So when you hit a traditional double, I go here and he sprawls and all his weight's on my neck. Yeah? What I want with this one is I want to be around here, so when he sprawls it actually helps. It gives me the takedown. Yeah? So when we have someone with a foot forward, we can hit here, snap. We can do what you've already done, and snap. I can even fake a single leg as he steps it back, we can snap. Or if I want to actually touch the leg, the back leg, I'm going to make it come forward. I'm going to touch and go around. The knee with me. Just stop here for now. Yeah. This will take us nicely into the control build we're going to do after it. Just play around now. We can go collar, bicep. Step with a foot sweep. He steps off. Show you snap. And come back. You step out laterally. Hit the ankle. Snap. Fake the single, snap. Now I can make the back leg his front leg, touch it, across, and bring him down. So I've got a set of 4, yeah, last time. Go 1, look, because he's got the angle already, just step, miss it, snap. Hit the inside, extend the arms, snap. Show the single, snap. Make his back leg his front leg, go across, turn the corner. Good? Let's have a go. We've landed in there, we've got the end part of a double leg, and obviously that could be from your traditional double leg. We've done a rotating one, it could be from a double leg from a seated position, if you're hitting wrestle ups. We're going to work a little bit from there now. We've done snapdowns, which obviously includes in the front headlock, so we'll look at that. And we've done throw bys, we've worked from a standing position in a rear body lock. We've not looked at turtle and 4-point stance, so we'll cover that now in the last 40 minutes or so. So let's go a double leg first. If I take someone down with a double leg, you turn the corner in. Now someone good, yeah, is going to anticipate that landing, and they're not going to lie flat. Yeah, because for me, if someone lies flat, obviously I can start building to chest, fantastic. So he's probably going to sit straight up. Yeah, so he's in this position. Might even have his hands behind him on the mat as a base. Now what I'm going to look for first, my right hand's going to stay around the hamstrings and my left hand's going to attack his Achilles here. Because someone good again will be trying to pull their heels up their ass like this, exactly. So I want to be straightening these, scooping, and just crossing my legs here. Now, if you think what he wants from here, it's going to be to free his feet. So the first thing I'm going to do before I even think about controlling him is locking a body lock behind his hips. Yeah. Because if I asked him to get his legs out now, he'd go, mate, he's going to have to move his hips back. If he can't move his hips back, he's not going to clear them ankles. Yeah. That's all I'm thinking here, with the body lock, that he can't move the hips back, so I have to keep control of his lower body. So now I can look to control his upper body. Now, there's 3 points to this now. So if he stays neutral, as he is now, very simple, I'm going to move my head to the centre under his chin and run him flat. Now once I run him flat, I start to beat the knee line on one side. Now if he starts to frame, exactly, from here now we go side to side. Just be here, up, always until I get past that knee line. Now I can start to walk one hand up, so I'm taking an underhook, and now I can start to build to the mount. Now a lot of the time, if we're in that neutral position again, when we're here and you've got the figure 4 and a body lock, and he realises when he tries to get his ankles clear that he can't, he'll probably choose a side and turn one way. If he chooses this side, yeah, all I'm going to do now, so there's 2 ways to notice this. If your head's behind his back, we're going to use a claw grip, yeah. So he's turned this way and it's made my head go behind his back. If that's the case, I'm going to take a tight waist grip and I'm going to club him with a claw grip here. Now this will do 2 things. One, it'll either make him flat, fantastic, we can just start building towards chest to chest, or it'll just put him to an elbow. So I'll club him, put him to an elbow. If that's the case, I'll then drop from the claw to the wrist, make the wrist look at me, take a second wrist, breaking down, bring my head in front. Now we can start to build height. Well, personally I like to find this position. I use this almost like a halfway point, so I'm pinning him here first. We will cover this in turtle as well. If you get here, what I'm thinking is about keeping my knee behind his knee. This is a base hand, yeah? Now from here, if he tries to go to turtle, I know for him to try and get to turtle, he's going to have to pull this leg underneath his body, yeah? If I was to clear that knee, he'd have a chance now, yeah? That's why I place my knee behind his knee. And I'm locking down his top leg. In terms of control, we'll look at how we can finish from here next. I want knee behind knee and base hand, yeah? Now from a neutral position, there's only one more place you can go. When I'm here now to turn to his right. So now, he turns to his right, a lot of times he'll be up on his right hand, and he'll have a whizzer with his left hand, yeah, so he doesn't expose his back. So now before, remember I said if your head's behind his back, it's a claw grip. Now my head's not behind his back, now my ear's connected to his chest. So if your ear's connected to his chest, you use your head to take him to an elbow. So go here. If that's the case now, make the hand look at me again, we take the wrist ride again, get into the shoulder, and we build to the same position. So it's always the same finish position. Yeah, we're pinning him, can build pressure, put him in a position where he has to work really hard. So that's the aim for me, is just make him fatigued. So when I get to a mount or back, the finish is easier. Yeah. So you can start with the double, or you can just start from the finish position here. I'm going to go 1. Your partner's got 2 hands basing, a step, a figure 4 my legs, and get the body lock. Number 1, try and clear your ankles. Yeah. Just get used to this. When you can't, if they stay neutral, head under the chin, run him flat, bring him back up, let him turn to his left. If your head's behind his back, if he's up on a hand, we have to tight waist him, club him to an elbow, take the wrist, make it look at you, wrist ride. Now what I'm looking to do is get this leg behind his bottom knee and lock it down. And back to your neutral position. Get him to turn the one way that he hasn't already, which is his right. Now my ear's connected. Use your ear to push into his chest, to get into an elbow again, and make the wrist look at us again. Same wrist ride, you start to climb. Yeah, we can go to a leg ride, or we can start to throw by, and we can get to the back from this position. You can hit the double, or you can just start in that position and play with your 3 options. We're good? Here we go. 2 minutes. Scrambles. Yeah, we want to try and minimise scrambles. Like, as good as they look to watch, if I'm wrestling and taking you down, I don't want it to happen. Yeah, I want to control you. I take you down once. The idea is for me, you don't get back up. Yeah. Now, that's what we'll be doing at the end of a double leg. Now, if we end up in a front headlock, there's going to be 3 stages to this front headlock, and the first stage, in terms of rules for me, is going to be exactly the same to when we're behind the elbows in turtle as well. So, like, I don't want this. Yeah. If I see someone on the hands, he's getting active, he's looking to build height, he's looking to get back to his feet. I don't want it at all. So for me, if I see this, whether I'm in front of the elbows or behind, I do nothing until I've got him on his elbows. Yeah. Now there's two ways I can get him on his elbows. One is the obvious one, to drag him. Two is to threaten something. Yeah. Because as he's just done then, if you threaten something, he's going to have to address it. Yeah. When I threaten something, it could literally just be a super simple guillotine. When he looks to address it, now I can use that to get into his elbows, and I can use that to get behind the elbows. Yeah? We can either force into his elbows, which isn't always possible, depending on how intense he is and stay on his hands, or we can threaten something from the front that he has to address. When he addresses it, I can come back, beat the elbows, and now I can hit me get behind. Just the idea of, if you see someone on the hands, you have to get into their elbows. Yeah? Or there's one thing I can do which works quite nice when they're on the hands, and that's the cow catcher that we did before. So if you like a cow catcher, I could go here. I can guarantee when you threaten to get round the elbows and he's on his hands, he will lift this arm to try and block your hip. So now I can go here. Yeah, I can go to the far trap, and I'm looking to get my elbow in line with his spine, right down the centre. So now I can push off that left foot and put him to his back instead. So we have three little things we can do. Yeah. He's on the hands. Number one, we're going to force it and drag. I'm going to go to the hamstring, and then I'm going to really get behind. Number two, I'm going to create a threat. So it could be a high risk guillotine. He has to address it when he goes to the hands. He can't do that at the same time as having him on the mat. So break into his elbows and then you get behind. Number three. Now from this position, like I'm keeping my weight on here. I've got the pull. I can go choke. What was the third one I did? My head's gone. Cow catcher, sorry. Then. So when I get behind, he's going to block my hip. There's my space. Yeah. And you can kind of guess he's going to do that when he's up on the hands. Yeah. It's absolute natural reaction. So look, as soon as I see him on his hands, if I'm not going to bring him down, I'm going to show that literally to Vader. Far trap, elbow in the centre, bring him over. From here, you've got one arm guillotines which are pretty effective. If you can't hit this, I'm pinning his head, moving down towards the hips, so he can't use this underhook that we're landing with. Yeah? So we have physically bring him down, create a threat, so he has to address it, or show the get behind when he's on his hands and turn it into a cow catcher. Good? So we go. Number one, drag, get behind. Number two, create a threat that he has to address. Number three, leave him on his hands and it's a cow catcher. Don't want to get him on his elbows, you can show the get behind, which is always going to give you a cow catcher. Yeah? Now, second stage, if he gets to a 4-point stance. If I get here, he's on his way to building up now. Now, what I'm going to choose to do from here depends on how far away his legs are. So look at how far back his legs are right now. Personally, if I was in a front headlock and his feet were that far away, it's just too easy for me to do this. So I probably won't do anything else. Yeah. Now, when someone gets up to a 4-point stance and they're legitimately trying to stand up, this is going to be your second stage. Yeah. Now, number three is when he manages to stand up and I lose his head. Yeah. So we'll look at number two first. Now, as soon as I feel that he's legitimately trying to stand up, then feet are starting to come in a little bit closer. Now, if they get super close to the knees right near the elbow, obviously you've got cradles, which I'm sure you've seen before. Yeah. If they're like they are now, a tiny bit further back, I can't always get a cradle. Yeah. So what I'm going to do this time is go just to the hamstring. Instead of locking my hands, I'm going to go deep on the hamstring here. And all I'm going to do now is run in a circular motion. So I'm going to lift this leg, and as I lift it, I'm going to run in a circle here. But now what I'm going to do for control is actually put myself in the half guard and turk the leg. Yeah. Now, half guard, like we said before, in terms of pinning, my best pins are when I can control the lower body and the upper body, which is exactly why I'm doing half guard. Yeah, like side control is not a very good pin. Yeah, the only reason side control is really a thing in jiu-jitsu is because you get points. Yeah, you pass the guard, you get sides, you get points. But realistically, if you've got side control and you said to someone all you've got to do is get to turtle, you'd have a good chance of getting there. So that's why you watch ADCC, everyone goes to turtle. You watch MMA, people want to get up, they all go to turtle. Yeah. If you put them in half guard and ask them to get to turtle, it'd be a lot harder. Yeah. And this is what we want after a takedown. You can expect when he first hits the mat to give a big effort. Because if they win that first half a second, they end up with an underhook or space that they can work with. Yeah. What I want to do is win that first half a second, so I pin him, so now I can look to get upper body control, and now I can look to start passing to better positions. Now the thing with half guard, if I'm in half guard with flat knees like this, you can put his feet together, yeah, like a John Wayne sweep, and start taking me this way, because I've got flat knees. Now what I need to be doing is going Turk. If you look what that's done to his foot now, if he tries to hit a John Wayne sweep, it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, so that's an example of me winning the first half a second. In that first half a second, if I get here and think I'm super tight, he goes John Wayne sweep, even if he makes me base, that's an underhook now. That's the space he wanted in that first half a second. If I get here and Turk it, and now he hits the John Wayne, and he doesn't do anything, now I've won the first half a second, that means I can now get good upper body grips, and now I can start passing to positions like a mount. Yeah. So he's in the front headlock. He comes up to a 4 point. I'm going to go hamstring. I'm not always going to be able to lock my hands. So if that's the case, I just lift this leg, and all I'm doing is circle here. I keep it up, I put this in, and it goes straight to a Turk. He tries to off balance me. I'm not moving. Yeah, control the head. Get any upper body grip you prefer to pass with. Want some control in the upper body. I'm coming to this position. Why I'm coming to this position is because our hips are not connected. So when he gives it that big bridge, it's not going to off balance me. Yeah. Now he's doing a good job. If you come up like I've just done, and you feel a hand on your hip, I'd be dropping and going to a head block. Pushing, putting my head on this side, and passing with knee cuts instead. Now go back to the mount. Yeah. I don't want bridging and throwing off. Last time, it's one, he pops up, I just go hamstring, circle, here, pop your leg in, Turk it. Get him to try and off balance you, should feel pretty stable. Then you can pass whichever way you want to pass to the mount. Good? So we go 2 minute turtle, turtleneck. He pops up to a 4 point stance. From here now I'm thinking hamstring. Now he puts a left hand on my bicep, frames and pulls his head out. This can happen. Yeah. Now when I feel that I'm going to lose the head, so from here I go hamstring, I feel like I'm going to lose the head. As he starts to posture up, I'm going to connect to his lower body. Here. Now I'm on 2 knees to start. As I come up to my left foot, at the same time my left hand becomes a long arm. So it comes across and it grabs my wrist. So now I'm going to finish the double by just turning the corner. So what I'm going to do that is I've got this nice grip on my wrist with a long arm, short arm. I'm just going to pull my right elbow into my hip and turn the corner. Now if you think about what we did before, it's the same game. Yeah, if it pops up, there's my neutral position. The first focus is that we don't lose the feet, so that's the body lock. Head under the chin, pin him. He turns to his left, my head's behind his back, he's already on an elbow, we take the wrist. If he's on a hand, we club. He turns to his right, the ear's connected. If he's on a hand, I use that to take him to an elbow, and we take a wrist. Yeah? So we're in the front headlock position. He goes 4-point stance, I go here. If I'm not losing the head, I can pop up and run it. If I go here and I feel like I'm going to lose the head, I let it go. And I connect to the double leg. I'm going deep grips. From here, as I come up to a left foot, I go left long arm. See how I pinch my elbow, what happens to his knee? So I'm going to pinch and look over his back. Here, look, depending on his leg placement, if I land like this, I'll just turk it sometimes. Yeah, it depends what's there, like sometimes I can get this, go into the game we've already done. If he's clever to that, he might lift his right knee. So we just turk it instead. Now we're in this position. Either way, we want some lower body control before we start to progress to the upper body. Yeah. The last time, it's turtle, he pops up. I don't even have to get up, just go one. As I start to realise I'm going to lose that head, I let it go. I go one. I come up, long arm. Look over the back, pinch the right elbow. Turn the corner. Now you can either go one, over, or you can go two, under. Good? There we go. This can happen low in different positions. Yeah? Like if I'm an half guard and I'm doing one of them turks, if I'm here and he posts on my hip to relieve pressure, like whenever someone hip posts, you should see that as an underhook. Yeah? It's impossible for him to post on my hips without leaving a space. Yeah? Now if you think for you to get chest to chest, you need to get underhooks anyway, you need to beat his frames. If you get a Turk and he hip posts to relieve the pressure, that is just an underhook. Yeah? Now this helped me loads when I learnt this. Like when you have a half guard especially, try and win a near side underhook whenever you can. Side control's the same. Yeah? Like you see a lot of the time people get in half guard and try and fight for the far side. Yeah? Honestly, if you get a near side, you can have the far side. Yeah? If he has that far side, if he tries to wrestle up now, it just doesn't work anymore. Like literally as long as that elbow can't get to the mat as a base, this is ineffective. Yeah? So like when you get a near side, it's important that your elbow's not pinched in and walking it as an aim and trying to get that. You won't always get that. If you can, like the foot sweep, if you can get that, perfect. If you aim for that, you might get that. But when he tries to wrestle up now, as long as he can't get that elbow on the mat, good. Now the way I'd be passing from here is going neck, treat it like a crossface, so I'll go like this. Yeah? He can be as tight as he wants on my legs. From here now, I'm going to walk my right knee towards my right elbow. Yeah? So I'll go back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg. His thigh touches my elbow, we clear the knee line. I've already got one underhook. What's probably going to happen is probably going to hit post again. We can't pass. Whenever someone hit posts, it's an underhook. Now we can walk it. Now I've got two underhooks. Now I can open and I can take the mount. Yeah. This is the same everywhere. Yeah. If you're in mount and someone posts on your hip, what I'd be doing from here now, genuinely, I would give him my foot because that's what he wants. Yeah. When I give him my foot, I'll control this. Because now, in terms of control, 3/4 mount's better than mount, if we're controlling this. Because like we've said all night, you can control lower body and upper body, it's a solid pin. Yeah? This is exactly what we're doing. Just because he's trapped my foot, doesn't mean I can't use that for control. All you've got to think is when you're in 3/4 mount, you control the hand on the same side. If you try and get back to half guard now, mate, you can't. Yeah, you'll never get back to half guard with this arm on its own. He could with that arm on its own. If he tries to get back now he could. Yeah, just so you know, this is like a game I always play where when I'm in mount, I'm not worried about going all the way back to half guard. Like everything we're doing here is to try and fatigue him. So say I went here, now he ain't getting back. Yeah, if I fuck it, like definitely is going to happen sometimes, and now he gets back to half guard. Probably going to want this. Let him have that and put your focus here. So now he tries to wrestle up, he can't.
very hard for him to stop me coming back here. Yeah. Now once I'm here, he's probably going to hip post. Every time someone hip posts, that's an underhook. So now we get back to the mount. So we're here. The reason I would choose that over a crossface, although I do still use crossfaces when I can't get this. When I get this, I'd always choose this first. The reason being is when I have a crossface like this, I treat it the same way where I pull him in. Someone clever on the legs and that can connect the thumbs underneath my left armpit. Now from here, if he almost uses his legs like a John Wayne, and he does a big bench press with his grip and pushes me this way, he could potentially entangle my legs. Yeah. Whereas if I go like this, if he tries to do the same thing, it's just not there anymore. Yeah. So whenever you're pinning, just remember, half guard, side control. If the near side is there, take it. Yeah, like if I end up in side control, sometimes I'm here, I just walk straight back here. My only aim is to get that. Don't give a fuck about this, you can have that. Takes that, he tries to wrestle up with it now. It's just ineffective. Yeah, what time is it? Still got time?
Yeah, it's up to you. You can wrap it
just,
now.
I'll blast some drills for you quick, just so you got them on video.
Yeah.
So I said we were going to do turtle, but
Yeah, that's fine.
if he's in turtle, yeah, we've looked at if he gets upright. If you spin around, mate, we've got it on here. Same rules as headlock, yeah. If someone's up on their hands, that for me now is building up. Don't ever want that, yeah. So if I'm here and I've got all intentions of attacking his back and I've not got hooks in, and he gets up to his hands, forget what you're doing and get into back to his elbows. The way I'm going to do that, what you see a lot is people go like this. Now he just stands up. Yeah, got no weight on his hands. So you see that, do this. Take a chest wrap. Yeah, you can go gable, you can go wrist to wrist, because we want these on the mat. If I want these on the mat, I need my weight here, not here. So we go chest wrap, we angle. When I angle now, you can already see from his left arm, all the weight goes through my left shoulder. And now I just run diagonally, as in my head's going over his far shoulder. Now I can bring him on an elbow. All we'll be looking to do here is go straight to a wrist, pull him to a hip, tack him to a shoulder, put your ear behind his shoulder, so now I can scoop this, and we find the same position here. So what we're trying to do is every time we get chest to chest, we're thinking half guard for control. Lower body, upper body. Every time we get to turtle, we're thinking wrist ride, leg tie for control, because we've got lower body, upper body. Now when we get to this position, and I've got into his elbows, here, I'll try and break him down. Sometimes you can't, yeah? I'll take the wrist, I'll run to the other side, I can go this way, and this is the same effect, yeah? Just because I've not got this wrist now, doesn't matter. I've got this one. Because I'm controlling this wrist, I can throw this over more times, and you'd be surprised how easy you can get that in. Again now, just being here, I again have upper body and lower body control. So now I could switch it off to this, start making carry me. Like if he wants to build up from here, you go to turtle, mate. It's very hard, it's very easy for me to start building pressure. Or because he's got to pull this leg back, if he manages to get to turtle, we can always get that second duck in. And then we can start to break him down with power halves, wrist rides, put him on flat on his belly. We've got options from here as well. Yeah. Now, if I'm in this position, I've got him back to his elbows, I try and break him down and I can't. If he has a super tight turtle, if he's in a closed turtle, you'll always be able to break him down. There's no one, when they're super tight, that you won't be able to break down. It's a closed turtle. He's just got no wide base, yeah? So the chances are, if you go like this, you're legitimately trying to break him down and you can't, there'll always be space to put your knee where your hand is. Now from there, I'm going to get my left foot and hook the near leg. So I've got this like western hook, yeah, where I'm sat on his foot. Now for me, I just grab this wrist all the time. So now I get two reactions. One, he stays here, or two, he tries to roll to his left hip. He rolls to his left hip, and take a claw grip. Take my knee to his hip. Now we're in a great position to start attacking with the arm triangle. If I get to this position,
got this hook and he's on his elbows. From here, I'm going to treat it like a seat belt. I'm going to grab my wrist as if I want his back. I'm going to put my right hook in, take him all the way over, and now we're in the same position, controlling lower body and upper body. Yeah. In terms of keeping him down again, sometimes if he's up on his hands and I get him down to his elbows, he'll come up on his foot. Because some people will do this to now hit a sit out and try and get space. Yeah. What I can do here to fuck up is to stay where I am. Now he hits a sit out and he goes. What I want to do is, when I'm here and I see him get up on a foot, I need to go to that foot, put the weight on this side. You'll be surprised how many times you get here and they put the knee back down. If they don't and they're still up on the foot, I'm going to grab underneath the knee, shelve it. Now running back to his hip. Now we're back in the same game. Now we can go in. Now lastly, he's in a 4-point stance. If he gets the hands off the mat, that's our foot sweeps. Yeah, we've done that already. Second stage will be 4-point. This kind of depends on your game. If you're super athletic, which I'm not, my right leg will hook and I'll drag his leg behind my left leg. It becomes a hook, yeah? Sometimes he'll collapse like this, that's lovely. Sometimes he's still in a 4-point. And you can jump up to the back, stay behind the elbows, and see how I've changed my angle. Now you can go to your power half, start to break him down. If you're like me and you don't love back control, you can continue that roll and end up back in the same wrist ride. If you look at that and think, fuck me, I'll never jump to someone's back like that, which I wouldn't. Instead I'm going to get my right foot and connect at the ankle, and my knee stays behind his knee. I'm not trying to put it in front, stay behind. Get my left foot, step out diagonally. I've got a big space, I'm going to pull his hips into that space. Same position, same game. Or we can go claw grip, thigh pride, claw grip. Same step, same pull, same game. So if you see someone in turtle and he's on his hands, chest wrap, you get him to his elbows. If you get into his elbows and he gets up on a foot, you get to the foot, shelve it and put him back on an elbow. If we can get into an elbow, we hit a wrist ride. If I can't go one way, we should be able to go the other way and get a wrist ride. If we can't break him down either side, we're going to put our knee wedge in, get a western hook on the near leg. If he then commits to try and roll over his far shoulder, we have a claw grip and we can go to mount. Or we can use it like a seatbelt back tape, but take him all the way over to end up back in a wrist ride. If he gets in a 4-point stance, you can drag the leg into a hook and jump to the back. Stay behind the elbows until you've got control and you can go to a power half. Or we can break him down with ankle to ankle connection, step out and pull his hips to us to a wrist ride. Or we can do the same movement from a claw grip to a wrist ride. If he gets upright, we walk into him and he goes with us, we've got a foot sweep. If he fights the hands and the weight comes into his heels, we've got 2 variations of a foot sweep, a sasai, circular movement, or we pull his pockets. Now, fuck lads, I'm going home.